Um, Lionel Messi or Leo Messi or Messi the GOAT, whatever you want to call him, has absolutely been unbelievable in his first few games for Inter Miami. He's been that unbelievable that RA Investments has come back and said, we want to give you another $75 million on top of the 150 that we gave you in 2021. At the time, the club was valued at $585 million. It's got to be close to the $1 billion now. I mean, what we're seeing produced week in, week out, the numbers that these guys pushing. Apple is all in now. He said Apple had forecasted. They said if we get I think it was a million, 700,000 subscribers, we'd be over the moon. They're about to hit a million if they haven't already. They're looking at what other players that they can bring in to keep this momentum going. And they've said we're happy now. We're all in on this. A deal that started at $250 million a year. Imagine paying $250 million a year for the broadcasting rights to televise or stream Lionel Messi's games, right? I could almost guarantee you if I put up a season of Lionel Messi, a season, right? If I said he's going to play in 22 games, I could get more than $250 million a year for him. So this is what this guy has done. We're saying that the biggest company in the world is now invested in growing the MLS and willing to put their hands in their pockets because they've seen an immediate return on Lionel Messi's investment. I'll hand it over to you.
Well, Messi has delivered on every level, and if it was possible, he's exceeded expectations. I mean, he has come over and he's hits the game-winning free kick in his first match, and then he's got a brace, in the next match, and then he's got another brace in the next match, and then here they are, playing their first road game, sold out in 18 minutes. They're on the road. They're down for the first time. They're down 4-2 late, and what happens? Messi put them up 1-0. They get down, 4-2. Messi has a free kick, own goal, and then you're in the 85th minute, another free kick, and Messi's got it from the right, 26 yards out from the right, perfect little left to right swing,
opposite side to his first game.
His first one, and what is it? And you've got a wall, you've got a guy laying down, you've got a goalie going, hey, last time he put it in this corner, and what does he do? The goalie cheats to the right, and Messi goes, okay, that means to his left, that means that upper right works. And if you've seen the video, Messi kind of looks up, looks down at the ball, moves it forward about 6 inches, looks up again, moves it forward for another. He got himself about another foot on the angle, and then he just put that bad boy in the upper 90, and to tie it, to equalize, and then they go into penalty kicks and win the game to continue to advance. I mean, they've just the drama, and again, the ratings have to be through the roof. Now they're going back home for another game to play in the quarterfinals of the League Cup, and at the same time we have the U.S. women knocked out of the World Cup. So if you're a soccer fan, you're not staying up late to watch Argentina and Spain play in the Women's World Cup. You're figuring out where Messi's playing, and if you haven't subscribed to Apple, you're getting the rest of the season because you're like, this is must-see TV, and this is going to happen, through the this is League Cup play right now, but we've got another 15 or so matches in MLS to come, and oh, by the way, they're sitting at the bottom of the table in the East. What's this guy going to do now? If you didn't think they were going to make a run, you're going to watch it now because they haven't lost a game since this new addition stepped onto the field and donned the number 10 pink kit. So it's been crazy. Obviously we've talked, numerous times about it. Our clients on the front of this shirt receiving over 15 billion views since Lionel stepped on the field. I mean, it's massive exposure for the partners. Massive exposure for the league. Apple, as you mentioned, is over the moon. I mean, they have pushed their chips into the middle and said we are all in. Bring on Ramos, bring on Suarez, bring on Neymar, name it. Who wants to come over here and play?
Mbappe.
Mbappe. I mean, the fact that that conversation is even out there, it is, that would have been unheard of 6 months ago. Right now, you're like, okay, that might work. So it's a perfect storm right now. But it all starts with the player himself is still at the top of his game. He's not coming over here with diminished skills, and he is actually showing you, what his level does to raise those around him. It's been fun to watch. I mean, having a personal relationship with that club is great, but just knowing what this means to the sport here in the U.S., there are young fans getting to watch the best player of their generation play right in front of them. Typically we get them a little past their prime. Messi is still prime Messi right now.
He won a World Cup eight months ago.
Yeah.
8 months ago, he won a World Cup. 8 months ago.
Yeah, and was the top player.
Yeah,
everything. I mean, it wasn't like he just was the captain of the team. He was the impetus in the final. He was the man all the way through the tournament, and it was he's world class, and he is still world class at this point, and he's doing it against a level of competition that's probably a little bit below where he's normally competing, and sometimes maybe there's players that kind of move down to that. I mean, he is playing at his level, and the separation is clear. And Inter Miami has added some quality around him with Sergio and now Jordi Alba, stepping on with them, and Suarez on the way for next season. Hey, they're a team to watch, and I'd love to see other players of that caliber at that stage in their career come over here to play. And I mean, he's proven that you can do it. I don't know if there's another Apple deal out there to do, but it's proven that this league is willing to think outside the box, and that's this one has paid off, and we're the benefactors of it to watch.
This is what Europe has feared for many, many decades. These are the days right here that the Europeans never wanted to happen. We love the Europeans, all our friends, so on and so on. Absolutely. But competition, sports is competition. Having the best leagues is competition, right? If Lionel Messi continues what he is doing, which I'm fairly confident he will, the MLS is going to get blown up into a different stratosphere altogether. It will, mark my words, be one of the top 3 leagues in the world, right? From number 10 to the top 3 within the next 5 years. Once these brands and organizations start investing in the league, like what Apple is doing, it doesn't get any bigger than Apple. Just to let you know, $250 billion of cash is sitting in their bank account right now. Billion, right? They can do whatever they want with that. They can buy car companies. They were looking at buying Tesla, Hyundai, all the different companies. But you know what? They're investing it in their streaming product. They're investing it in the MLS right now. And what a bargain they got. What a bargain they got. $250 million over 10 years. What an opportunity the MLS got as well. Don Garber, well done. Unbelievable.
Well, and just think, go back, 1994 World Cup was hosted here in the U.S. Still is the number 1 ticket selling World Cup to date. and the next year is when the MLS launched. It launched the league. Here we are, what 25, 26 years later, heading into the next World Cup that's going to be hosted here in 26. Let's just say the 1994 mark is going to fall. Stadiums are bigger, the game's bigger, but also we've got this warm-up act called MLS with a guy named Messi going on, and that is going to and again that's Apple's bet. Apple's bet is that this runway up to the World Cup is going to be just off the chain because Messi's got 2 more years on his deal. Doesn't look to be slowing down. He looks to have opened the portal, if you will, for some of Europe's top players that are a little tired of playing in cold markets or fan bases that are a little nasty or whatever. This is not a bad place to be, and if the commercial market of U.S. enterprise is getting behind the sport of soccer, getting behind MLS like they do the NBA and the NFL and the other major leagues in this country, and see the return. And obviously they are getting a heavy dose of what, when you invest in some of the best, what happens. Brands are not going to be able to stay away from the MLS product leading up to this World Cup, and then when this World Cup's here, it's going to be absolutely off the chain. Both financially, commercially, performance-wise, because we're going to see generational players, coming up. It's going to be massive. It's going to be fun to watch, and we're watching the tip of the iceberg, starting to play itself out. And I wouldn't disagree with you that in 5 years' time, if the MLS plays its cards right and gets some of the players that they are talking about to come over here, that they very well could be from a stature standpoint one of the top 3 clubs, leagues in the world. I still think this promotion relegation conversation is going to be out there because maybe they find a way to make that work within their own system. But look, MLS is it's on a fast train, heading upward.
Rob, Europe has, if lucky, 150 million people in it. If I'm being generous here, I don't know the exact number. America has close to 350 million people in it. Got the biggest technology companies in the world, got the biggest brands in the world, got some of the most beautiful environments in the world. It's a no-brainer.
It is, like, to your point, it's Europe's greatest fear that America figured out soccer. If they ever figure out soccer, it's over. The good thing for them is that our national team has not figured out soccer yet. We still have to send our best players over there to play and to get better. But I think we are figuring some things out here that are going to help us develop our talent closer to home, but more importantly, attract some of that international talent over to a market that Messi. It's been very public that Messi's decision to come here was very much about family and way of life, and he could live in Miami. There's a strong South American culture in Miami.
Anybody can
for his kids to grow up. He doesn't have to pay state taxes in Miami, and you're playing in Los Angeles, you're playing in Houston, you're playing in Chicago, you're playing in New York, you're playing in Dallas, playing in Charlotte, playing in Nashville, playing in great cities. You're not playing in,
cities the size of countries, literally.
Right. I mean, they're all great facilities, great cities. He hasn't made the trip up to Minnesota or Salt Lake in the wintertime yet. And the league is structured so that he doesn't have to play a game up there in that weather. But yeah, it'll be quite interesting to see, one, how this League Cup plays out, because it'll be fun. But I I'm all in on seeing Inter Miami's run from the cellar of the Eastern Conference once MLS play resumes.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll catch you all next week on the Business of Sport. See you, everyone. Goodbye.
Take care.